Welcome everyone to Coaching in a Session. My name is Michael Rearden, and I'll be your mindset coach today. And today we're going to be talking about who do we have in our life? And we are just getting into February. So you might be thinking about several different things. How was January for you? Number one, maybe number two, Valentine's Day. Who is going to be your main squeeze? We need to make sure that you have one. And though they might be your main squeeze right now, will they be your main squeeze later, right? So the people we have in our life, and it doesn't just have to be relationships. It can be about general life, mindset. It can be about career. And it can also be maybe dealing with your health and your fitness, right? Having the people in your life that are going to help you be more this year. We still have some juice in the tank from our New Year's resolutions. It's not done yet. Some people already stopped going to the gym. I do see some new faces still in the gym, but the faces I saw back in January, they're starting to die down a little bit. And my gym was never really busy to begin with. I can already see that the motivation this year is draining a lot quicker than it typically does. What's the reason? Mindset. So one of the things we're going to be talking about today is going to be my most recent blog, that the path has never been more clear than now. And you might be thinking, well, what is it about this path thing, right? This path conversation. The path conversation is going to be, you have a clear shot to a better you this year, to success, to happiness, to abundance. But how do you get there? What's stopping you? What are your obstacles? And it's important for you to understand what your obstacles are so you can start to mitigate it, remedy some of the situations or problems, and then you can start to begin to make beneficial moves in your life. I think sometimes people just try to make beneficial moves in their life with all the people and all the baggage that they currently have, and they find themselves tired. They find themselves drained. There's another way around it. So let's get into that blog right now and learn how we can make sure our path is clear for our success. If you're new to the channel, you head over to revenconcepts.com, go over to the resources tab, and on the resources tab, you just head over to blogs, and then you just click blog, and you will find the most recent blog, which is going to be the path has never been more clear. Now, also, if you're listening and or watching to this, you can also go into the show notes, and the blog is going to be directly there. So you can just click the link for the blog and boom, you have already gained access to this must-read blog. And I know I talk about that this is a must-read blog probably every Monday because that's when we talk about the blog episodes. But this one we want to make sure that we're going to indulge in because we are going to be learning about ourselves in many different facets. The first facet is, are we just going through life and allowing our problems to build up? Now, those problems can be people. They can be situations, and the most difficult problems to deal with are going to be with people. So I encourage people to read this, not only because it's going to help you determine what are the obstacles in your life, but then give you some motivation to keep pushing this year. And some of the key topics we're going to be talking on are going to be talking about who is in your life, the idea of people who are draining your energy rather than refilling your energy, and then also the idea of anchors in your life. So all of that is said in this blog, and it's a nice, easy read. So you can see it's not too many words, and I like writing. So you're going to see that this is going to be a quick read, and it's going to help you get into the right mindset. All right, so let's make this one a quick one, because I think sometimes the short episodes are also the great episodes. For us, we want to make sure that we're doing what we need in order to make sure that this year is our best year. You know, everyone came in January, new year, new me, new year resolutions. But guess what? How many people are staying true to those resolutions still? I know it's only February, but people have already given up. People have already said 2024, I'll start again. You have so many more months ahead, 11 months. Why not take action today? Why not learn your obstacles, learn how to fix it, and then fix it? Because I understand why people do it, but it's not helpful. Just because it's easier not to take action doesn't mean you shouldn't take action. You want to take action. You have to take action, right? And right now we're in a critical junction in our life as a nation, as a population, as a generation. We can make some big changes in our life. And I'm talking about life-altering changes. We can get rid of all the generational curses that have been in our families. We have that power. We have that ability. How many people do you think are going to take that and run with it and make sure that they succeed and that they can fulfill the best moments in their life sooner than later. I'm going to gamble no more than 25% of people would. That's around 2 billion people. And there's about 8 billion people in the world. So that means 75% of people, 3 out of 4 people, are not going to succeed this year. And it's not because they can't. It's because they don't know how to. It's because they don't take action. How can we begin to take action? How can we begin to make sure we are on the right path and our path is clear? The blog is talking about the path has never been more clear than now. Success is right in front of you. Will you reach for it? Will you run for it? People won't even run. People won't even look at it because they understand, oh, it's not for me. You have a scarcity mindset. You have lazy habits. We need to figure out how to jumpstart you, how to give you the energy to push, even when times are hard. And guess what we're going to be faced with? Probably some rough times coming up this year. There's going to be moments that are going to knock you down, and they're going to try to keep you down. And you have to be stronger than those moments, because if you're not stronger than those moments, guess what's going to happen? We're not going to be able to make it. You're not going to be able to make it. Because I can tell all the people in the world, come on, let's do this, hop on, and I'm going to get everyone to success. And I know I can't do that. Not because I can't help people understand what success is in their life, how to make their life better. That's easy. I can do that every single day. I do it every single day. But for people to realize it themselves, the subconscious mind doesn't easily change. How do we change that? We need to figure out, who do we have in our life? And if you have someone who's negative in your life, whether it be a sibling, a parent, a friend, a loved one, your significant other, they might not be there to help you, to lift you up, to give you the energy that you need in order to succeed. And it's not that we can't love that person anymore. I don't want you to think that you can't love that person. You can love them every single day, but love them enough and then understand that you love yourself even more. And if that person is going to be negative, if that person is going to be toxic, if that person is going to stop you from achieving more and doing more and being more, maybe you should learn how to separate yourself. Not forever, temporarily. So you are going to give yourself a temporary moment to work on you. What would happen if you got rid of all your problems and you decided just to work on you? There's no more problems, no more drama. There's only you. There's only improvement. What can happen? What would happen? And I find that for the people who make things happen, they're going to be happy that they did it today rather than if they wait till tomorrow. I see sometimes videos on motivation or people who have achieved great success in their life. Joe Rogan, I think Jordan Peterson had one too. David Goggins, he was another person. And they say, I wish I knew this when I was 20, or I wish I knew this when I was 30. Why? Why do they wish that they learned something that took them 50 years to go through on this earth that they learned at 20? They don't have a 20-year-old mindset, because a 20-year-old mindset, especially for men, is not mature yet. It's still building. Not saying that you can't be a 20-year-old and be on your game, but for most men, we're still in the building phase. But yet, we can learn something from these gentlemen. Well, they're saying that I wish I knew this at 30, or I wish I knew this at 40 or at 20, whatever age they say so, and we can learn from it. The path has never been more clear. There's so much personal development content about mindset, motivational speeches. I mean, you go to YouTube, you're going to be inundated. You're going to have hours on days, maybe even years of content that you can listen to. What do you do with it? Do you just say, well, I don't feel like it right now? Maybe you don't want to be in the personal development mood. It takes energy to be in that mood. So you need to get into that mood somehow. And even if it's only 15 minutes a day, get into that mood. And you're going to see that 15 minutes turns to 30. That 30 turns to an hour. That hour turns to a day. And then once you start to make more progress, then good things start to happen. You can see everything around you. It's like you just had LASIK and now you have 20/20 vision. You start to see all the problems that you were giving yourself, or the problems that you were allowing in your life, be it people. Now, I want to talk to you about the idea of what type of people can be in your life. I wrote a blog about this a long time ago, I think 2019. And I talk about the concept of toxic people, of anchor people, people who are weighing you down, anchors like a boat, and then embers. Embers are the coals in the fire, right? So we have 3 different sources of people. We can have people who stop us, people who are just negative and toxic, and then people who can light us up. Now, I don't have to tell you which one is the best person. Maybe you might say, well, I need someone to hold me down. Maybe, right? Sometimes you do need people to hold you down. But sometimes you need to be free to fly. You need free to move. You need free to make some changes. So if someone's keeping you exactly where you are, but you know you want to be here, do you think you should stay here if you know you have the ability to be here? And we all have the ability to be up on top. We all have the ability to be successful. It's just that you don't have the right mindset for it yet. And it's also true that you don't have the right people in your life for it yet. Now, when I moved here from Connecticut to Texas, I had a good mindset, but it wasn't until I started working with other leaders, other mentors, other coaches, that I didn't begin to elevate myself. And I was reading all the personal development books. I think it was one year I read like 150 books. It sounds impossible, but I did it. The reason why I did it was because I was in a dark place in my mind where a lot of anger, a lot of regret was starting to form, and I knew that wasn't me. So I had to get as much information in my mind. So when I started to regurgitate it, my subconscious mind had no option but to believe it. So I had to change my subconscious mind, and that's what it took me. Does it have to take that for you? 150 books? Probably not. You can probably read one book and change your subconscious mind. You can probably get 2 or 3 months of coaching and change your subconscious mind. It has to be some type of focus. And I think so many people, we focus on the negative because negative sales, fear sales, the drama is good. Keeping up with the Kardashians or whatever you're watching, you need it. You have to have it. If you don't have it, it's like something is wrong. Relationships, they have drama. Now, whether you get the drama between your partner and yourself, or you're getting it from a sitcom or from someone else's relationship, you won't believe what this person did or blah, blah, blah. You won't believe what happened at work, blah, blah, blah. Right? The drama. We need it, but we don't necessarily need to pay attention to it. Focus on it, right? Because if you're going to focus on that drama, it's going to drain your energy, drain your focus. In the morning, we have a clean slate and we get to choose. Do we want to be more? Do we want to be less? And I always tell people we can be more. How do we be more? How can we push for more? We need to make good choices in the morning, because if we make good choices in the morning, then it doesn't really matter what we do in the evening. You want to watch your drama? Go for it. You want to sit on the sofa? Go for it, because you already showed up in the morning. Now, this is not to say that you should just do one good thing in the morning and then waste the rest of your day on your phone. You should be continually doing things that are going to elevate your life. I think a lot of people, they want to live like kings and queens and royalty and like the super rich and famous and all the NBA stars and NFL stars and all these celebrities, but they don't want to do the work. They don't want to put in all the effort, all the hard work, because we see what is on top, but we don't see the groundwork that they had to do. We don't see the struggle. And even in my life, you won't see the struggle, but I do something on purpose for everyone to notice. Watch episode 1 of the podcast, Coaching in Session. It is not good. It has a lot of pauses, a lot of breaks. This is my first podcast. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was getting into. But what I can tell you is I learned. I learned about audio. I learned about all these different things. I surrounded myself with people who knew more than me, who could help me. And that's what I did. I made sure I gained the knowledge necessary for me to be successful in this career, in this life, in this journey. But even now, 200 plus episodes, I'm still learning. I'm still figuring things out. I'm still making things better. Look at Motivation in Motion. Look at season 1. Look at season 6. Night and day. Night and day. Audio, the video, everything. Because I'm learning. I've learned. What have you learned this year? What have you learned last year that you're going to apply this year? And I think people, they just have a hard time understanding that you're going to learn something every single year, maybe every single day. So we need to begin in that process, right? How can we start to learn more? Who can help us learn? Who's going to give us the knowledge necessary for us to grow, for our growth? And I tell people all the time, we need to be aware of who we have in our life, because they could be good, they can be bad, they might be in between. So maybe you mess with them here and there, right? You go out on the weekends or something like that. You can do that. I'm not saying that you need to be so picky with your friends and your family that you never see them because they are not 100% good for you. Cheeseburgers are not good for you, but I see a lot of people eating them because they taste good. Now, you might have friends, they might not be good for you, but they're fun. Understand, when is the time for fun? When is the time for work? I think people have a very difficult time differentiating between the two. We need to understand that our life, our year, 2023, this is when this episode's recording and will be out, we get to make some changes this year. And if you're just going to keep on with the same old people, the same old ideas, the same old job, you're going to get the same old results. And I think a lot of people are tired of those same old results. That's why they'll flock to the grocery stores, they'll play their lottos and their scratch offs, and they are hoping, just hoping, a wish, a dream, of a little bit of luck. Please come my way. I've been such a good boy or good girl. I need this. I deserve it. But when you have the power today, right now, to do more, to be more, to gain more, and everyone's going off and they're spending $10, $20, $50, $100 on tickets, right? I understand it can be gambling habits, right? It's fun to gamble. It's fun to drink. Doesn't mean it's good for you. Doesn't mean your fun friends are good for you. There's a balance. And you have to understand, are you going to just live life on luck alone? Well, I hope I get lucky. I hope things are going to be in my way. I hope I win. When every single day you can win. It doesn't have to be the lotto. It doesn't have to be your relationships or your career. You can win your day. And how do you win your day? The path has never been more clear. You need to know, who do you allow in your life? Get a coach. They're going to be your biggest cheerleaders. You might not have a lot of belief in yourself, but if you get a coach, I guarantee you they're going to be cheering for you every single step of the way. Doesn't even have to be me. I know most, if not all, the coaches that I've interviewed, they have that type of mindset. They want to see you do well. And I know sometimes money can be an issue. You're going to have a hard time investing in yourself. But we invest in a dream that is not probable or has a low probability. That's why people play the lotto, right? The low chance of winning something great with no work, no effort. I'll invest in that. But a higher probability of you taking action, you achieving something in your life, a small investment. But if you add up all those tickets you purchase, all those bottles of alcohol that you purchase, how long would it take you to get 1 month of coaching? It might take you a week. Maybe some people a month. So it just depends on, of course, your situation, your circumstance, and then what do you want for yourself? Because yes, you can keep on doing what you're doing, but you're going to find yourself drained every single day. And you're going to find yourself on the sofa every single night. And you're going to say, I'm just so tired. I'm so busy in my day. I can't take action. I can't move. Well, we just need that little push. We just need that little spark to create something. And if you're having a hard time understanding that, then it's time for you to get a coach. It's time for you to invest in yourself, not on probability, not on luck. This year, 2023, does not have to be based on luck. It doesn't have to be based on some fantasy or something that probably won't happen. We can begin to take specific actions that are going to help us today, tomorrow, and in 10 years. We need to figure out what those are. And this article right here, The Path Has Never Been More Clear, is so true because we are going to be talking about how there's so many different things that you can do to make your life better, how you can begin to make changes, and that you should focus on different things. And you have to make sure that you're filling yourself, you're filling your life, you're filling your brain or your motivation tanks or your energy tanks with whatever is good for you. That is important. Now, I will say that even though the opportunity is there, Not everyone's going to take it. Not everyone's going to say, I want to take action. I want to commit to a better year. I want to change. So yes, there's going to be about 2 billion people who do that. There's going to be about 25% of people who do that. Are you among that 25%? Are you among one of those 2 billion people? And if you're listening to this, then I have a good inkling that you're on that path to being one of those individuals, because you're listening to something that's going to lift you up. The personal development aspect is there. How can I grow? How can I be better? It's so important for our future. Understand what you're doing every single day, understanding who do you have in your life, and making sure you don't have people who are going to slow you down and stop you from achieving greatness. All of this is easier said than done, because yes, I might say, all right, I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to go to the gym. And then tomorrow morning comes and it's 7 o'clock. I missed the gym. I said, well, at least I tried. I didn't try. I just gave myself an idea that I didn't follow through. And now I understand, or I have learned, that if I have an idea, I don't have to follow through. There's no consequences. We have to have skin in the game. We have to have an idea of where we are right now and where we want to be. Because if you don't know that, then you're going to have some issues later on. And we're going to be talking about that in a few weeks on that concept. Because if you don't know how to find the problems in your life, you're going to keep on giving yourself problems. Because even if I dig you out of the hole and I say, all right, you're out of the hole, here you are, you're now on the right path. I turn around and I walk a little bit, and the only thing I hear is you screaming, you fell in another hole. I don't know how you did it, but you did it, because I can help lift you up. But if you don't take some action in learning your mistakes along the way, why were you in that hole to begin with? Maybe it's money, credit cards, you like buying stuff. Let's take that away. Not saying you can't have it. Let's bring it back a little bit, dial it down a little bit. You can still have your Starbucks and your coffees and whatever you want. Understand, do you make that a priority? I think many people, they'll make something else a priority, but they won't make themselves a priority. The path has never been more clear for you to make yourself a priority this year. So understand that you can make something of this year. It's not too late. You can decide right now, I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to evaluate every single person that's in my life. Everything I have in my life, I'm going to evaluate it. My career, my boss, my significant other, my siblings, my friends, my dog, my cat, my fish, my turtle, whatever. Evaluate it and ask yourself, does it bring me abundance? Will it bring me abundance? If it doesn't, maybe it's time to separate ways. Maybe it's time to say, I need to take a break so I can focus on me. And it's not being selfish. I think a lot of people think this is selfish. But when you put yourself in a better situation, everyone around you is going to fill their cup because you're overflowing. It's not selfish. It's understanding you first, and then everyone else will prosper. Because if you think you're going to let someone else take from you, do you think they're going to reciprocate that? Maybe they will, but more than often, they're not. Because a taker is always going to keep on taking until there's nothing left to take, and a giver is going to keep on giving until there's nothing left to give. And if you're listening to this, you're most likely a giver. And you will give as much as you can, but you need to give yourself a break. You need to give yourself an opportunity to rise and to be more and to achieve more. Whatever that may be, whatever that may look like, you can make some changes today. And you can head over to revenconcepts.com. You can get yourself a complimentary coaching session with me, and then you can begin to plan your life. So many people take this opportunity to plan, to understand themselves, and to light that fire back within them because they know they have it within them. But in closing, in all seriousness, I want you to understand that we still have plenty of time this year. We still have more opportunities to grow. We still have more opportunities to learn. And even if we're faced with a hardship, a trauma, difficulty in our life, we can come out better. We can come out on the other side in a better place. Maybe we have a little less weight in our life, or maybe we have a little bit more weight on our shoulders. But understand that just because it's there doesn't mean it's going to stop us. We need to be strong enough to handle, or to be equipped to handle all of our issues, all of the things that are causing us problems, that are giving us headaches, that are giving us stress. It's very easy to catch stress. I would say it's easier to catch stress than it is to catch the common cold, even if you went outside with your head wet in 0-degree weather. We have to ensure that we are in peak condition. We are in optimal fighting form every single day going forward this year. And if you need help, of course, email me, coachinginsession@gmail.com. Reach out to me. Head over to the website. Watch motivational videos. Listen to the podcast even more. And give yourself the vision that you need for yourself so that when you're looking at your path or your direction, there's no obstacles. There's no problems. The only thing you see is your future, your desired results. And that's going to lead you to something more. My name is Michael Rearden. I'm a mindset coach. If you have any questions, you can email me, coachinginsession@gmail.com. And I will see everyone on the next episode of Coaching in Session. Until then, everyone, take care.